Everybody, and welcome to my weekly update video thing. This one is for the 23rd of December 2015. Christmas is coming up, but I'm still, of course, going to continue having stuff out every day, hopefully. The only issue might be next week sometime because my ride might not be able to take me in. I do have enough stuff recorded to get through to Monday. I will be in, well, today for you guys. It'll be tomorrow for me, but hopefully I'll be able to finish editing all that and upload it in time. I did finish editing the Terraria that should be going up Monday for you, and I do have the Fast Food Tycoon where I finish up in Roma successfully. Yeah, that should be going out Friday. Christmas. Merry Christmas to all you non-Christians out there, and also Christians, I guess. But so that was a pretty big milestone. That was a pain to beat. Absolute nightmare. I also did get, I mean, it's not a paid promotion or anything, but the developer for Energy Hook, it's the little game, early access on Steam. Right now it's on sale for 18% off because of the Christmas thing. But I mean, being early access, it's not going to get a steep discount. But, I mean, it is entertaining, but for the price it is right now, I probably wouldn't get it, but it was a lot better than I expected. The guy who developed it was the guy behind the physics in, I believe, Spider-Man 2, the game, 2 or 3. And I'm not really into video game, well, like comic book or superhero video games, so I wasn't really, and I mean, the concept of it is you're basically swinging around like Spider-Man. That's what he did the physics for that whole swinging system. I mean, it seemed kind of weird basing a game off of just one little, what I would think would be some minor part of the game, but it actually is pretty entertaining. There's a bunch of challenges and things for it, different places, zones. There's like a city, there's a place that's got, like a bunch of little plateaus, kind of like Thousand Needles from World of Warcraft back before Cataclysm changed everything. I mean, not to that extent, they weren't that large or that many, but yeah, it looks like it'll be entertaining, assuming he continues on developing it as he has. I mean, like with all early access, I mean, it's nothing against the guy, I don't know him, I don't know anything about him, but early access, it's always a risk. I mean, even Pixel Piracy, which, holy crap, the publisher for that, I mean, I know the publisher isn't the developer, but the people who backed it were the guys who did Terraria, and it just they never fixed all the buggy stuff, apparently, that was wrong with it. I haven't really played it much, but I saw it back when it was in early access, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty fun. I got it, and I was thinking about doing stuff, playing it for this, but then I looked into it again before I played it for this, and saw that there were a whole bunch of complaints about optimization being awful, like dropping down to a couple frames per second regardless of any sort of settings after a while in the game, just massive memory leaks, not really a whole lot of balancing or optimization, just it's got raving reviews because it could be an amazing game, the Pixel Piracy, but it was never really finished and they're moving on to a different game. let's hope that Energy Hook doesn't turn out the same way. I mean, it is fun, but like I said, I just don't know if it's $18 fun. Which, I mean, for console gamers, that's really seems like, oh, it couldn't really be that great, but there's a lot of PC games that are cheap as dirt. I mean, even for the sale, I think Witcher 3, which just came out, is like, what, $30 right now? Probably gonna pick that up. Let me know if you guys want to. I mean, not a whole lot of people watch this, but if someone does and they want me to see it, want me to play that, definitely let me know in the comments, and I will most certainly pick that up, because I've been wanting to play that since I am still on my 3-year-old laptop. I mean, it was pretty top of the line when I got it, so it can still play most games pretty well. But Witcher 3, it's not like I'm going to be recording ultra settings, 60 frames per second. So just be mindful of that. If you do want me to play it, I'll probably still be able to squeeze out decent settings, at least medium, I'm sure. Maybe high. Definitely not hair physics. But just let me know, and I will definitely play that. That is something that I have been looking forward to quite a bit. I've only played Witcher 2, I hadn't played the original, and I didn't really play a whole lot of that because it was kind of like Tomb Raider, where Tomb Raider I played more of, I think. Maybe not time-wise, but more of the story. I almost finished Tomb Raider, but that was... I think I'd gotten it the night before, and I was like, well, because I just stayed up all night playing, and I was like, it is really fun. But seeing that, I played highest settings just fine, no problems. Witcher 2, I think the enhanced edition, I think that I had that up all the way without any problems, 60 frames per second. But for Tomb Raider, after a day, it might have been 2 of playing, time kind of swoops by on you like that, but I just was like, I'm almost done with this and I don't want it to be over, so I'm just going to stop playing it for a little bit, and then of course I never got back to it. So yeah, not the best. And a similar thing happened with Witcher. I think it was just like, I've been playing this a ton, I'm just gonna eat through it like with Tomb Raider, and probably never gonna get back to it like with Tomb Raider if I just get it right to the end. But then I just didn't. I stopped playing for a little bit, and then I didn't really have time to get back to it. I'll probably get back to it at some point, especially if nobody wants to. Witcher 3, I might pick up Witcher 3 by the end of the sale, but I'm not. I mean, if I still do kind of want to go through the second one, but there is so much. You know what? I'm probably going to pick up Witcher 3 during the sale, but no, I don't know. I might pick up Witcher 3 during the sale, but no promises. So let me know soon if you do want to see it, because then I will definitely pick it up. But aside from that, got my report card back. I got just a little proof about how busy I've been. Straight A's, I got 7 of them. I didn't even realize that I was taking 7 courses. I didn't really think about it. And, well, I mean, one of those, it was 6 courses, and then one of the labs had its separate, the lab was a separate course number, so it registers as a separate course. And on top of that, so there was that course that had a lab, there was 3, hang on. Okay, just thought about it. Including that lab that was the 7th course, there were 4 labs that I had, so quote unquote 6 courses with 4 labs. So yeah, that was a pretty busy semester. I got straight A's. Oh yeah. But oop. Aside from that, next semester, I think, even though I've got the senior project, the bulk of the senior project to do, I think I'll probably have more time. Hopefully, fingers crossed. No promises though. But for now, during break, I am going to be working on the senior project a decent amount, so I'm not going to be going back to the 2 episodes a day, even though the time's probably around the same, a little less now than it was, because I've got around 20-minute episodes, whereas before it was 2 10-minute episodes a day. Over the summer when I first really started. So I'll keep doing the around like 15-20-minute videos per day. 15 to 20-minute videos, not 15-20-minute videos. So there's that to look forward to. Hopefully my content will improve because I was pretty rushed during the semester. But slowly but surely my channel has been growing. I'm up to 27 subscribers, I think. So that is a significant gain since the summer. So that is very nice. Thank you all very much. I mean, I'm not saying you need to, and I'm not trying to really pressure you or guilt trip you into it, but Adblock, for me, I mean, I used to, for a little bit at least, I had Adblock on for YouTube, but then I was like, well, it's not like they're really that obtrusive, and I want to support these guys, so I'm going to turn it off just for YouTube, and I have started turning it off for other sites that I frequent and enjoy the content. I'm not talking about porn sites or anything. I mean, like, Facebook I don't really give a shit about, so I've got Adblock on for them. Things like places I read manga, like Scanlation places. For that, yeah, you should probably also buy the official releases, because for that, it's not the Scanlation teams that are making the manga, they're just scanning it, well, they're just basically pirating it for you. So if the actual mangaka never gets the money, then, well, that manga's dead. So if you've got the money, definitely buy manga whenever possible. Ow. So there's that. What else can I talk about? I think that I mentioned, the Terraria episode that I finished editing, aside from, well, I think that I mentioned, it took 2 hours to render. That's after editing it. That's just sitting there waiting for the computer to finish spitting out the video file. And the reason that's like that is because I just, like the Cat Goes Fishing videos, the really dark places were really dark, like black, you couldn't see anything. So the main problem with that, I mean, above the ground it wouldn't be too much of an issue, but when you get underground, yeah, you can see most of what I can see because of torches, but in the walls, the light just drops right off and you can't see very far at all into the walls. So things that I see and I'm like, oh look, it's this ore. Well, you can't see that ore. But I can, and it's just kind of a disconnect, I guess. So I put that filter thing that I put on these videos on the entirety of that 20-minute video, and it took 2 hours for it to render. Normally, I mean, it's not like that's close to what it normally takes. It normally takes around 5 to 10 minutes tops for a 20-minute video to render on my computer. So that was quite the gobbler. And so for that, recording it with lossless RGB should fix it, but the bitrate, I tried it out, and the bitrate for that is about 1.5 gigabits per second, so that's almost 200 megabytes per second. And I don't know if, I really don't think that this hard drive, this external hard drive, can handle that. I think that when I benchmarked it, it was something like 140, 150 megabytes per second that it got up to. So I did record for like 6 or 7 minutes of that, just to see if, you know, what would happen if it just wouldn't work at all, or if it would give you like little chunks and then just have breaks or whatever it did. But it did record it really smoothly. However, I couldn't watch the files back in real time. It was like 20 frames per second that it was spitting out. So I had to process the video file before I could really watch it back. So, because it couldn't read, the read speed was too slow. So that might even hurt the lifespan of this hard drive even more than it's already done. It might destroy the lifespan faster than it already is being destroyed. Like I've said, with the heat especially, I doubt that I'll be able to do that in the summer for any time at all, really. But as you've probably noticed with the color thing that I had, I haven't upgraded my video editor yet to the newest version, which I do have. I just haven't gotten around to updating that. And that I also have the color director, so I'll be able to create those color space things that I use to basically squish down the color space so that it's not, the blacks aren't all crushed. That is a film term. Thank you. Just wanted to use it. But with the color spaces that I have, to well, the little modification, they're like little filtery things. The closest one to giving the actual what it's supposed to look like for the dark wise, making the darks visible enough, and the closest to the actual color with that same view distance for the dark, or the same gradient, I guess. The colors aren't good. It just gives everything like a little bluish green hue. You just watch the Terraria video that goes out Monday and you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, underground and stuff, it's okay, but above ground, it's this nasty. Well, it's not really nasty, it just doesn't look right. It's just something off about it. So, I'm going to try to do the next recording for that with lossless, but I don't know how it'll turn out. Hopefully it'll be okay, because that would make that so nice, especially, I mean, and remember that, oh no, that is 1920 by 1080. If it's really bad, then I will drop it down to be 720, and that I shouldn't have any problem recording that with lossless. But the 1920 by 1080 might be an issue, so I'll look out for that. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. Yeah. So I'll call it there for now. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see. Oh, there was what was it? Holy Potatoes does have some DLC for it, and the bundle with that, if you don't have Holy Potatoes already, it's, I think, half off or something like that. It's really pretty cheap. It's like $7 for both of them, and the DLC itself is like $2.99, I think. No, it might be like, I can't remember what the price is, but it is really, it's a good deal. If you think you would enjoy it, definitely pick that up. It ends January 4th, like most of the deals that are up on Steam right now. So, I guess I'll call it there for now. Is that the max money I can get? I think it probably is. Because I don't think that I would have just conveniently gotten $999,999. Yeah, that's the max. So, thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of whatever it is you decide to watch that I'm in. Goodbye.